Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been nearly 2 years since the BECCA x JACLYN Hill Champagne collection was announced, which subsequently resulted in arguably one of the most problematic beauty collaborations to date. You thought the drama ended in 2016? Well, I'm here to tell you that nearly 2 years later, there's even more controversy to add to the PR nightmare that was the Champagne collection. So let's get into it. In case you guys are new to this situation, let me give you some background. On May 10th, 2016, JACLYN Hill announced that she and BECCA Cosmetics would be teaming up for a second collaboration. This time, it was the Champagne Glow Face Palette, which eventually became part of an entire Champagne collection. The palette was set to launch online on May 26, 2016 and in Sephora stores on June 16, 2016. However, at the product's May 17, 2016 launch party in New York City, JACLYN announced that there would be an entire Champagne collection which consisted of an eyeshadow palette, shimmering skin perfector liquid in Champagne Pop, and shimmering skin perfector poured cream in Champagne Pop, in addition to the Champagne Glow Face Palette. Not only did she announce the entire collection, but she also revealed that by using a specific hashtag on the Sephora mobile app, you would be granted early access to the face and eyeshadow palettes, allowing you to purchase same 9 days prior to the scheduled online release date. On May 26, 2016, the eyeshadow palette was released online and the reviews were mixed. While some enjoyed the palette, there were a ton of complaints of the shadows being dry and patchy and not of BECCA's usual high quality. On June 7th, 2016, after being bombarded with comments from her fans, JACLYN took to Snapchat to address the issue. I'm going to show the snap and I apologize for the poor quality of the video. It's not my clip, but I think it's important to hear the explanation straight from JACLYN.
Straight to the point, because I want to address something that I am so stressed about, and I'm so happy just to be here and finally talk to you guys about this. I have been seeing all the comments, not all of them of course, but I've been seeing comments and the negative reviews about the Champagne Collection eyeshadow palette, and I want to talk about that. First off, I just want to say that I completely agree with you guys. The reason I have not been responding is because me and BECCA have been in communication trying to figure out what to do about this. The eyeshadow palette is getting a ton of negative reviews saying that it's dry, it's patchy, it's not BECCA's original beautiful formula that everyone loves so much, and I completely agree with you guys. So I'm going to start from the beginning and give you a little story to bring you up to speed so that you know exactly what happened, so that you don't have any questions or you're not confused in any way. So when BECCA and I, had the conversation of the summer of 2016 Champagne collection, I immediately was all about the face palette. That was my baby, my heart and soul. I've been so hands-on with that palette. I take so much pride in that palette. Now keep in mind that I don't get to touch formulas because it's half JACLYN, half BECCA, but I get to do shades. BECCA came to me and said, we want to do an eyeshadow palette. And I said, no, we can't. I have so much going on. I'm working so hard on this collaboration as it is with the face palette. I have so much going on in my personal life. And they were like, no. What we want to do is we want to create an eyeshadow palette, BECCA formulas, BECCA colors, and we just want you to create one shade that represents Champagne Pop. I was like, okay, yes, love it, die. Sounds like such a great plan, and that's what I've told you guys already, is how it's BECCA's palette, BECCA's formulations, but I got to create Champagne Toast. I was assured that it was going to be the same formula as all of their other palettes. You guys know I love their Ombre Rouge palette. If you look at the reviews, their palettes have amazing reviews. Everyone loves them. So I was totally down, of course. Great shadow palette. You guys create it. I'll create the actual shade of Champagne Toast. Let's do it. So that's how that palette went down. Because there was a time crunch and they had to launch this palette with the whole collection, everything we were working on had to come out at the same time, right? So they sent this palette to a different lab. They were told that this lab could produce the same exact, beautiful, creamy, high pigmented shades and shadows that they were always used to, so they trusted that. I was not aware of the situation because I was not as hands-on with this palette. I was just responsible for the shade of Champagne Toast, but I was just told that it was going to be BECCA formulas, and that's that. That doesn't matter. BECCA's an amazing brand. They know what they're doing. They've used several labs in the past, and they were told this one was going to be amazing. They trusted it, and now here we are. Oh, the point that I'm getting at is some people have been loving this palette. I've seen a lot of great reviews. I've seen a lot of people tag me in beautiful photos of their eye makeup saying that they love this palette so much. There is also a ton of bad feedback, and I don't even want to say it's negativity or hate, because it's just people saying, calling out the obvious. These aren't BECCA shadows. They're dry, they're patchy, they're different. What's going on? And I'm just here to let you know exactly what's going on. BECCA is a great company with great intentions. They did not try to do anybody dirty. They didn't try to hurt me or hurt you. But this is now where we are at, and I now have my name on an eyeshadow palette that I do not believe in. And I have promised you guys many times that I would never put my name on something that I don't believe in. I was told it was going to be just the regular formulas. It wasn't. So because of that, we are going to be eliminating the Champagne Collection eyeshadow palette altogether. Now, BECCA did not have to do this because of the fact that this technically isn't my palette, it's theirs. Because, like I've said a million times, this technically is not my palette, it's BECCA's palette, and I was just responsible for one color out of the 5. So they really didn't have to respect my wishes. But they see my frustration, they see my subscribers' frustration, and I promised you guys that I would never put my name on something that isn't amazing, and this palette is not what I thought it was going to be. So therefore, it is no longer going to be available on June 16th when it goes into stores. The eyeshadow palette will not be available. The face palette will be in Champagne Palm Liquid. BECCA feels absolutely terrible and just heartbroken by this entire situation because they thought that these were going to be absolutely amazing, and the deadline hit so quick. All of a sudden, it was just like, oh, boom, the eyeshadow palette is launched. Oh, boom, why are they different? Oh, boom, look at all this negativity. And it was just like, it's just been a bad situation. But BECCA and Sephora are doing their absolute best to try to make this into a good situation. They have promised that anyone who is dissatisfied with this palette can get a full refund, no problem. They told me that they are planning ways of making this up to you guys because they feel so sorry, because your trust in their eyeshadow and their product means the world to them, obviously. And as far as me and my relationship with my subscribers go, I hope you know, and I hope this proves to you that you are always my number one. Not money, not makeup, you. I'm sure I could have made money off of this palette, you know, good money, I'm sure, but I could care less. I would pay someone to take this palette away. This, we hear you guys. I'm so thankful for you guys stepping up and being so honest. You guys are always honest with me, and I'm honest with you, and you have no idea how thankful I am for that. And honestly, I am just so, I continue to be impressed by BECCA as a company and the fact that they are eliminating this palette. They could have just said, like, JACLYN, screw you, we're keeping this, you're only responsible for one shade, we're gonna make money. But instead, they listen to me, and they listen to you guys. You guys are the ones that they really listen to. Like I say it all the time, like, I'm nobody without you guys. Like, it's amazing. There's honestly, you guys, not that many brands out there, and just not many people in business in general that would do the right thing. And the fact that BECCA sees this and is trying to fix it is amazing. And I just hope that you guys know that my loyalty is always to you. I'm not trying to knock anybody. BECCA knows I love them, and I'm so grateful and honored by this collaboration, but at the same time, they also know my loyalty is to you. You're my number one, and you truly only deserve the best. That's why this palette will no longer be available. If you aren't happy with it, please go get a refund, girl. Please. BECCA is learning their lessons just like I am, just like we all are. Every day of our lives, there's always a lesson to be learned, and they will never do this again. This will never happen for us or them again.
Now, I don't know how much of the right thing BECCA actually ended up doing now that this new information has become available, but following JACLYN's snap, there was a ton of backlash from people accusing her of knowingly trying to pull a fast one on her fans and subscribers, to people accusing her of throwing BECCA under the bus. Then there was all the limited edition drama that followed when BECCA released the champagne splits, 2 of which contained 2 of the supposed limited edition shades from the face palette. Then they brought the face palette back again for the holidays after saying once it's gone for good. Then in 2017, BECCA announced that Prosecco Pop was becoming permanent. When I said this collection was a PR nightmare, although super successful, it was a fucking PR nightmare. I do have a few videos on BECCA and the limited edition drama, which I will link below for those interested, but anyway, as you heard in JACLYN's snap, due to the backlash and inconsistency with respect to the quality of the palettes, BECCA and JACLYN made the decision to pull the palette from the collection, but where did all those palettes go? I would assume they ordered a large number of units to accommodate JACLYN's massive fan base. Do they just toss them in the trash and eat the cost? What happened to all those palettes? Well, it's just under 2 years later, and I'm shocked to report that the BECCA x JACLYN Hill Champagne face palettes are now being sold online at Zulily.com. For those who aren't familiar with Zulily, they are an e-commerce company that sells a variety of products from home goods to clothing to kids' toys to beauty products. Under their FAQ section on their website, they describe what makes them different as being that the partners they work with hold their inventory for them. So basically, they source products you order from their site, their partners send the product to them, and they forward it to you. They claim that operating this way and not maintaining their own inventory allows them to keep prices low. Anyway, turns out Zulily has the palette available until Wednesday. I'm going to insert a screen recording here of me physically finding and adding it to my cart from the Zulily app. So I open the app under categories and I select women. Then I scroll through and select NARS cosmetics and more, and then I scroll all the way through and there it is. I select it, swipe through the photos, pull up the description, which is interesting because it says that it was made in the USA. We know some are made in the USA and some are made in China, so I don't know if the people ordering from this site will receive the palettes that were made in the USA, which were said to be the quote-unquote good ones, or whether it's a simple mistake on the site's behalf, but the description says that these were made in the USA. So a few things, because I honestly don't know how to feel about this. Aside from the origin of the palette, another thing that comes to mind is that this palette is 2 years old, as in it's been sitting for 2 years. The recommended shelf life for this particular palette looks to be 12 months. However, even if it was 24 months, and even though I know people hold on to their palettes for far longer than recommended, you'd literally be buying this palette past or very close to its expiration date for $8 more than its original price. I was curious as to whether it's even legal to sell expired makeup in the US and Canada, and found there to be no specific regulations prohibiting the sale of expired cosmetics. In fact, I discovered that including expiry dates on cosmetics isn't even mandatory in the US and Canada. Now, even though the shadows likely wouldn't have been exposed to air, they've still been sitting for a whole last 2 years. Preservatives break down over time, allowing bacteria to grow, and depending on where these palettes have been stored during this extended period of time, temperature changes and exposure to sunlight can impact the quality of the shadows. There are a lot of variables here, never mind the increased price. Now, this obviously stems from BECCA. I mean, Zulily is obviously getting the palette from somewhere, whether directly or indirectly. At some point, BECCA, who you'll remember is an amazing company who listened to their customers and rather than making money, decided to do the right thing and quote-unquote eliminate the palette, but somewhere along the line, the palette came from BECCA with the intention to sell. They are obviously aware that the palette is being sold. Now, I don't know if JACLYN's aware that the palette is being sold almost 2 years later with her name on it, and I don't even know if she had any legal rights to it to begin with. BECCA may have told JACLYN all the things that she said in her snap and then turned around and sold it anyway, and there would be nothing she could do if she had no legal rights to it. I obviously don't know the details of her contract with BECCA. I have no idea, but I did notice that the new versions of Champagne Pop no longer have her name on the box, which leads me to believe that she is totally out of the equation at this point. I did reach out to JACLYN for comment and she has yet to respond, so I can't speak to her knowledge of the situation. If she does respond after this video goes live, I will definitely keep you updated. All I can say with respect to BECCA is that I'm consistently disappointed with them as a brand. Although I really do like some of their products, I find their business practices to be shady, specifically with respect to repackaging and renaming old quote-unquote limited edition shades, which they've done again recently in their après-ski collection. I'm not going to go into detail because, as I stated earlier, I've made several videos on the topic, but I'm honestly tired of BECCA recycling, repackaging, and squeezing every possible cent out of their shades. It's such a joke at this point to where they recently announced their new Ocean Jewels collection and made a big deal that the palettes contained all brand new shades. Yeah, imagine a brand new palette containing all brand new shades. Wow, groundbreaking, BECCA, really. Anyway, you guys, that is it for this video, but as usual, I want to hear what you guys think of this situation. First of all, would you guys buy a palette that's been sitting for 2 years at that price, or even at a majorly discounted price? Are you surprised that the palette has resurfaced? Let me know below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at HereForTheT2, and I'll talk to you guys again soon in my next video. Bye!